Bitcoin has no bank and no central authority. So, who actually confirms your payments? Meet the miners. Today, we're diving into the fascinating digital architecture of the Bitcoin network. You know, whenever you swipe a credit card, a middleman, like a bank, makes sure all the numbers add up. But Bitcoin? It operates completely differently.
Without a CEO, a clearinghouse, or some master database, we are left with a massive fundamental question. Who is actually confirming your payments? Well, the answer lies entirely with the miners. Okay, let's dive into this. Part 1, Meet the Miners, the decentralized solution.
Let's contrast these two financial worlds. On the left side, you've got your traditional bank, the central authority. When you send money, they act as the absolute referee, right? They're checking your balance and maintaining the master ledger on their own private servers. But look at the Bitcoin model on the right. There is absolutely no central server. No way. Instead, that monumental responsibility is distributed across a global network of volunteers. They collectively take on the role of the referee.
So let's establish a really clear definition here. When we say miner, we aren't talking about people with pickaxes in a dark cave. Miners are the essential participants who act as the record keepers and ledger updaters for the network. They're individuals or whole organizations running incredibly high-powered computers with specialized software. Because remember, Bitcoin is a public ledger, so someone has to constantly update it. Honestly, it's best to think of miners as the incredibly fast accountants of the Bitcoin world, working around the clock to make sure the math is absolutely flawless.
Let's move to and see how this builds. Part 2, Verifying and Packaging, how it works.
So the crucial point to understand here is that mining is a highly structured three-step process. Step 1, gather. When someone sends Bitcoin, it basically goes into this giant digital waiting room and miners scoop up those pending transactions. Step 2, verify. Now this is where the heavy lifting happens. Their computers mathematically check the history of the funds to absolutely guarantee the sender hasn't tried to spend the exact same digital coin twice. Step 3, package. Once it's verified as completely legitimate, the miner bundles them all into a new block and permanently adds it to the blockchain.
And this brilliantly illustrates Part 3, the Bitcoin engine, why the network depends on them. Without this rigorous process, the entire network would just freeze up. They are literally the fundamental security layer preventing fraud.
It's honestly a brilliant system of incentives and cryptography. When you strip away all the technical complexity, the reality of the system comes down to this. Without the miners, there's no one to update the ledger. They're the engine that keeps Bitcoin running.